Welcome back to another review, this time for Sniper The Last Stand, coming out 2025. And if you're familiar with the Sniper series, I don't even really have to say much because you already know what type of action that you're about to get into. But first, before I get into the review for Sniper The Last Stand, I want to say I did a interview with the lead, Chad Michael Collins, who plays Brandon Beckett himself. So check that out as well if you're watching this review. Check that out. Check out that interview that's going to be released as well. Let's get into the interview. Let me give you a brief description for those who don't know what Sniper The Last Stand is about. To stop an arms dealer from unleashing a deadly super weapon, ace sniper Brandon Beckett, played by our favorite Chad Michael Collins, and Agent Zero, played by Ryan Robbins, who is a returning character to the franchise, are deployed to lead a group of elite soldiers in Costa Verde. Taking an untested sniper under his wing, Beckett faces newest challenges, giving orders instead of receiving them. With time and ammo running low, they must overcome all odds to survive. I think we've all seen this movie before. As I like to call it, the Call of Duty Man franchise, or the Call of Duty Man genre of movies. This time, under the director helm, we have Danishka Esterhazy, written by Sean Wathan, produced by Les Samuels. The full cast, like I said, Chad Michael Collins, Ryan Robbins, Sharon Taylor, Manuel Rodriguez, Arnold Vosloo, if you know him from The Mummy, that plays the Mummy himself. The movie runs at about 99 minutes, not too long, doesn't overstay its welcome. Like I said, it definitely worth. Like I said, you're in, you're out. You don't feel like you did too much. It's going to be available starting January 21st, and on DVD, Blu-ray, other media, starting the 28th of January. So you'll be able to get it on your home collection on the 28th of January. So be honest with you, this is actually my first interaction with the Sniper franchise. I kind of want to go back and see. I think this is like the seventh or the eighth movie in the franchise at this point. This is my first introduction to it, and like I said, I really wasn't too familiar with the characters. But I can definitely say, just jumping into it, I mean, it's fun. This is not necessarily a movie I would say I would jump. Like, if it was released in the theaters, like, I don't think I would. I would see it, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be like, oh yeah, I need to see that week one. I think the way they have it set up with the digital and the home format is perfect, because like, if you're already a fan of this franchise, you don't. It doesn't already feel like. It doesn't feel like if you were to jump into this movie, like you missed out anything. Like, you could start here, work your way back. So like I said, it doesn't feel like it was just too much. Like, it's like jumping into Infinity War. You got to watch, like, every other movie that preceded it. Even though I do think those movies are designed to be standalones by themselves, I think they did a really good job of showing this and introducing me to Brandon Beckett, played by Chad Michael Collins, into this movie. I really like the action. This being the way it's distributed, I don't know if it has any, like, I don't think it has any, like, really restrictions as far as, like, the rating wise. If I had to rate it, of course it's like a rated R movie, but like I said, they really get it in. I mean, like, you think Call of Duty, this I think this is a really good movie franchise that, like, kind of shows that a little bit more, because I feel like when we get army movies or Call of Duty Man movies, they're always like, for the most part, like, based on a true story, or a little bit of embellished. But no, this is actually pretty good. And fun fact, if you didn't know, as I found out, that Chad Michael Collins also plays Alex in the Call of Duty franchise, which we joked about and talked about in the review as well. I mean, the interview. But yeah, it just winds up being good. Like I said, a lot of bullets, a lot of knife play, a lot of standalone scenes where characters are having, like, their moments, specifically like Hera and Chad Collins, who you think he's just a sniper, he is not just a sniper. Ryan Robbins does an incredible job in this movie. Glad to see him back for another movie. I did go back and watch another sniper movie. That's why I'm saying glad to see back. But yeah, he definitely once you start getting into these movies, it's kind of hard to like kind of put them down. It's kind of like Fast and the Furious. Like you know how ridiculous these movies are, but you can't stop watching them. This is the Sniper franchise. Yeah, I definitely recommend if you can get your hands or have it however you can find the Sniper movies, starting from the first Sniper, because I believe Brandon comes in like the second one. I would jump right into that. The Like I said, I did a really good job. It's like a 90-minute movie. I don't think there was like a lot of like setup, because the movie kind of starts you off at one place and then throws you back to another. Like I said, obviously not going into spoilers, but there's probably some reasons why you probably shouldn't get attached to certain characters. I'm gonna say that for this movie. Especially when you get these teams where like it's a one side, it's pretty much a suicide mission. You go in, you got to get out by any means possible. Nobody's supposed to know you're there, Suicide Squad. But I think everybody has their moment in this movie. I don't think it feels like any point where anybody was like overshadowed, or one character just really like just stole the show. I feel like everybody had a really good moment throughout the entire movie. I'm honestly, like I said, I honestly do want to go back and watch more of these movies. So far, just based off of this one and how well it was done. Like I said, I watched a lot of Call of Duty man movies, so at a certain point, you get expectations to how you want your Call of Duty movie to go. This is definitely it. I feel like I'm cool with a Call of Duty man movie if it's embellished. I don't always need like, this was a true story. Or, I need a fictional Call of Duty man movie, because sometimes like you get a little too close and you can't really play with the characters the way you want to, or certain people get offended if for whatever reason they're always in Costa Verde. Like that seems to be like one of the main places like you'll see like in these Call of Duty man movies. They're always in like some spot where like there's like a bunch of dust for some reason, or a bunch of sand. Like they don't fight nowhere else. Like for some like but like I said, it's definitely worth the watch. Like I said, with the movie only running about like an hour and a half, you don't feel like you overstayed your welcome. I don't want to use this, but I definitely feel like it's a good folding close movie where you can just sit back and relax, not necessarily be like fully you can't pay attention to it fully 100%, but you can watch it and you can do something. But I'm not saying it's bad, but you could do something while doing something else while watching this movie, like I said. But it definitely keeps reeling you back in with the action, because there's been a couple times where I was like, I popped up out my seat and I was pretty excited to keep watching the movie. The movie is good. Like I said, it definitely wants me to definitely I would like to go back and see more of the other movies, trying to get access to that. But I think my only downside of this is that I wish we could have did more with the villain. That was probably like my biggest complaint. I wish we could have did more with the villain. He was cool, but he was not really missed. Like he had no impact in this movie whatsoever. Having Arnold, you get big draws for these movies. I think the last movie they had Dennis Haysbert, who played Gabriel Stone in the last one. He wasn't I don't know if he's a villain, but yeah, I just wish that we could have did more. That's pretty much it. I thought the faceless bad guys and the way they did all that was pretty cool, but the henchmen. But I just really wish the villain was a little bit more memorable here. And I feel like the character building, even though I did say you don't need to jump into the other movies to watch this, I do feel like seeing Brandon's story probably benefits a lot more if you do watch those, because you're seeing him in a position of leadership, whereas though he's always been the one kind of doing the mission. But other than that, it's definitely worth the watch. Like I said, movie is going to be released on DVD, Blu-ray, starting January 28th. It's going digital January 21st. You can pre-order it now if you haven't already gotten it. But like I said, check it out. If you wind up seeing the movie, let me know what you thought about the movie in the comments below. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I didn't overstay its welcome. It was a good time. I'm looking to go back and watch some more of these movies to see how if they're if so equally ridiculous. Because this movie was fun. But other than that, check it out. Leave me a comment, and see you guys next time for another review. See you.